Grab a few bags of colored gems from your local Dollar Tree. Then place a sheet of parchment paper onto a cookie sheet and pour out all the gems onto it. Make sure they are all in an even layer. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees and place the gems inside for about 20 minutes. After the 20 minutes are up, pour all the gems directly into the ice water bath. You will hear them start to crackle and break. Let them sit for 5 minutes and then drain the water out into the sink. Now grab your plain picture frame and start gluing your crackled gems onto it. I use B7000 glue for this because it allows for some wiggle room before completely drying, unlike hot glue.
So I've already preheated the oven to 350 and we're gonna go ahead and bake these for about 20 minutes. Go ahead and fill up a pan or a bowl with ice and water. And dump these in here and you can hear it. They pretty much immediately just fracture and they're now ready to use. First, I'm gonna start by placing my glass pieces where I want them. I'm using Mixed Media Girl Artist Resin, and I actually want to pour this over my stones here. I'm gonna start off with white paste. I'm gonna spread it out a bit with my finger. I'm gonna get in here with the white metallic, and I'm gonna get in here with the pearl. A little more of just that flat white. So I'm gonna take some of this gold, and I'm gonna use my stick, and I'm gonna make these thinner lines. The last thing we need to do is take a torch and get rid of the air bubbles. Then we're gonna leave this cure.
Headed down to my local Dollar Tree. I'm gonna start with these glass beads. I'm gonna also head over and get some rubbing alcohol. Next, I grabbed this bowl, got it from Home Depot. I'm gonna grab some sand, start putting it in the bottom. So you wanna fill it up to where when you get your bowl, you're gonna kind of be level with the top and it has a firm foundation. Let's go ahead and start putting some more sand in so that it holds it in place to level it out. Make sure that bowl is firm. We don't want any spillage or that thing moving when we light it up. Go ahead and put the metal bowl in and then remember those glass beads and start placing them all the way around. Take that rubbing alcohol and pour a little bit in there. Give it a little bit of a flame and it's gonna light right up.
So I went to the dollar store and I bought 3 bags of those vase filler gems. After sorting them, I washed them off using Blue Dawn and water and then laid them out to dry. I drew lines from the edge of the vanity to meet the mirror line. I applied a thin coat of mastic using a small notched trowel. Then the fun began as I pressed the gems into the mastic. I worked in small sections so the mastic wouldn't dry too quickly. Once I was done, I mixed the grout. I mixed 1 cup of grout to a half a cup of water. I applied the grout in small sections, making sure I was pushing it between each of the gems. I wanted to make sure that every spot was filled in between them. After 1 hour, I checked again, and yep, it was nice and dry. Using a large sponge and plain water, I washed away all of the excess grout. I removed the painter's tape that I had placed on the top of the vanity and applied caulk, smoothing it out with my finger.
For this project, you're going to want to run over to your local dollar store and grab some glass gems. I painted the board a little bit of a white wash on the back just so it gives a good color for the backing. Now this all-purpose glue is perfect. All you got to do is lay it down, take the mirror after you got a few marks to center it, and place it on the board. Using the same all-purpose glue and a popsicle stick, and you're just going to put a little bit of glue on the back. Just slide them into place. You'll want to use non-sanded grout. Put your water in and start stirring it. Once you get it mixed pretty good, add your choice of paint color. Keep pushing it on there and get in between every glass gem. Once you got it down, grab your sponge, squeeze it out, not too damp, and you're just going to start wiping the top.
So I went to the dollar store and bought 35 bags of gems. They were really dusty, so I removed them from their little bags and washed them with mild soap and water. After washing them, I laid them out on a towel to dry. Several months ago, I completed a backsplash in my bathroom above the sink. People commenting on that post asked for the entire wall to be covered with gems. So here you go. I began by drawing a level line a little higher than the backsplash. Then I measured the height of that line from the floor and made marks on the wall and connected the line. Another comment on that original backsplash post was that I didn't create a pattern on the wall, so on this one I decided to draw some seaweed. After the pattern was drawn, I began to apply mastic inside the seaweed lines, filling them in with the different sizes of green gems. I worked on small sections of the wall at a time, working my way up the wall. Once I got to where I had put the original backsplash, I added the mastic and continued with the 3 different colors of gems. It was a little hard working around the toilet, but hey, with my skinny fingers, I made it work. I really liked using the different sizes of the green inside the seaweed. I think it gave it more of a texture and a really interesting look. When I finished applying the gems to the wall, I measured and cut a piece of chair rail and then fastened that to the wall with a brad nailer. I then took mastic and filled in the gap and then added more gems. I mixed my grout until it was the consistency of mashed potatoes. I applied the grout to the wall using a putty knife. And working in small sections, I added the grout and then removed the excess with a wet sponge.
start this project, I want to remove everything but the main section of this lamp. I'm going to add the glue to each of the joints and then leave it all to dry. I found these signs at the dollar store. I'm going to add a thinner wood round. A little wood glue will hold this into place perfectly. I'm going to find the middle and use the top of the lamp to trace a little circle. I'm ready to paint. I'm going to use the white chalky paint to cover both the base of the lamp and the wood. I want to attach the wood top to the lamp. The circle that I drew before is going to help me so that the lamp is correctly centered. Add some glue and then I can join them together and it'll be nice and solid. How cute is this little table? It's such a handy little thing to have.
I'm going to rip down all the fabric off of my lampshade. So I'm going to take it outside and give it a quick spray paint. And then after that, I decided I needed to spray paint one more thing. And that was a mason jar sealing part of the lid that I'm going to use later on. I'm going to take this wood slice. I'm going to give this a good coat of sealer. I'm also going to do like the live edges. And once that's all sealed, it's going to be time to grab that mason jar lid and drill a tiny hole in the middle. And now it's time to assemble. I have some E6000 industrial glue that I'm putting in the little hole where like a finial for a lamp would go. And that's where I'm going to kind of adhere that mason jar sealer. I'm going to put some more E6000 glue along the rim here. So I'll go ahead and set that down. Got it in place. And now it's time to drill. It's all good. Going to flip it up, give you a look at it. Thinking if you had a bigger lampshade, this really would make a precious side table. I mean, the possibilities are endless of all the things you could use.
I scooped up this rug off of Facebook Marketplace, vacuumed the rug, sprayed the whole rug with just some water. I followed the instructions on the back of the dye box, sprayed on the dye, also doing a second coat of the dye, looping around the yarn around my 4 fingers, place that underneath, and then I'm going to tie that off and I'm going to cut open the loop. Threaded the end of the tassel on there. This is my finished rug here. I've set it up in my entryway.
Grab some fabric softener and your favorite color of latex paint and measure and cut out squares. Lay the poster board squares on the rug in a checkerboard pattern. Mix together 1 part latex paint to 1 part clear fabric softener. Start to paint in the open areas between the squares. This rug can be used in so many places in your home.
So the white rug is going to be my base, and draw out some cow spots. Then I'm going to carefully cut out each of those spots. Now it's time to move on to the teal rug. Trace the white spots onto here and cut them out of teal. Then I'm going to grab the teal spots and fit them in where they go, kind of like a puzzle. Then I'm just going to use a generous amount of duct tape and secure the spots. This has the look of a high-end cowhide looking rug.
Okay, so for this project, we're going to be using an outdoor paint. Measure off 2 inches all the way around, and then we'll go ahead and add our stripes. We're gonna go ahead and remove the tape. The black stripe is gonna be next. All right, so here it is. I absolutely love how the rug turned out.
So this is the IKEA sort sew rug, and I'm just beginning by folding it in a third. Then I'm going to repeat that on the other side as well. Apply a bead of hot glue, and I'm going to glue one edge down completely, and I'm just going to stuff my pillow, and I'm going to just close up the other end of the pillow. Super easy way to make some cute boho pillows.
Take 2 paper plates and use a hot glue gun to attach them on top of each other. Divide up the circle, cut from the edge of the plate to the edge of each line drawn. Hot glue foam core circles to the center. Take twine and a hot glue gun to begin weaving the cord in and out of each piece. When finished, attach the lip of each piece of plate to the next with hot glue and flip the plate over to begin hot gluing the rope to cover the rest. Begin working upwards, laying the rope pieces directly on top of each other. Start at the center of the foam core base and begin hot gluing until the foam core is completely covered. Do the same thing on the bottom. Create an X shape with 2 of the floral stem pieces and use the thinner wire to secure them in the middle. Take some wood beads and slide them. Use hot glue to secure the beads to the wire so they don't move. Add a slight bend or arch to create the illusion of one thick arched piece. Take a long piece of wire-edged ribbon, cut it in half down the center, create folds in a pattern that looks pretty, attach it to the top of the basket lip all the way around the circumference. There you have it, a cute and inexpensive way to get into the spring and Easter spirit.
First step is taking this white basket, spray painting it a soft brown. The basket is painted and everything is dry, so now we're going to embellish the sides. So what I'm going to do is take this big yellow noodle and I'm going to stick it in the top and just draw where the noodle hits the basket. I'm going to cut half of this noodle. So on the basket, when I set this noodle in it, it just sits really nicely right there. I'm going to use some zip ties to attach the noodle on the inside, so I'm just going to wrap the whole noodle in this. The last thing we're going to add to this basket, right up on top, is a nice bow. Use some things as filler in the bottom. I'm going to put a box in there, some leftover packing paper. I'm going to fold that up and place it on top so you don't see all that packing paper. This Easter basket is going to be great for the holiday. It is filled with treats for the kids for an egg hunt.
Go to the dollar store and get 8 of these mini trays. You're also going to need 4 of these little mini crates and start painting these. Glue one of these sides that has one of the holes, glue it to the back end of one of these pieces, and now we're going to go and create a U shape, and we're going to go and press this together. Construct the next one, glue everything together, wait for that to dry. After those are connected, put some glue onto the top, and now we're going to go and put these little tiny mini crates that have the slats on the sides and let everything dry. And now we can go and put this into our kitchen and figure out where we're going to put everything. And this is what it looks like, and this is going to save you some space in your kitchen.
So we're going to start with 12 of these really cute little crates from Dollar Tree. First, going to glue them together. So we are going to be using some wood stain. We are going to stain this as well. So we're going to put this into a formation. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over and we are going to put it on the center of our Lazy Susan. So we're going to go ahead and load this up. And here's the finished product. I'm really loving this DIY Dollar Tree craft room organizer. To start this project, we're going to need 3 of these cute little craft storage bins. I'm going to use a pencil. And we're going to line it up, let that bond for a second. So we're going to secure the other side with the glue, and then we're going to go back in with our staple gun to make sure it's reinforced. So now that that's been reinforced, we're essentially going to do the same thing with another one. We're going to do the same thing for the third one. It's just going to sit up a little bit higher. All right, so now that this has been secured, what we're going to do is we're going to use some stain. And here's the finished product. I'm so happy with how it turned out. It works as perfect additional counter space.